Are we truly indispensable in an AI-dominated future? Think about it. You've seen AI write poetry that tugs at your heart, create visual art that people actually pay for, compose music that feels personal, diagnose diseases with uncanny accuracy, and even drive cars through chaotic city streets. It's easy to feel like we're being outpaced, like every uniquely human skill is up for grabs by the machines. But here's the surprising truth. There are human traits that AI cannot and likely will never truly replicate. This isn't about speed or memory. It's about depth, context, and lived experience, qualities that emerge from being human. In this video, we're going to explore 3 of these traits: empathy, creativity, and ethical judgment. These are abilities that AI can imitate, but cannot possess. And then we'll dive into a 4th layer that ties them all together: the subtle, intuitive connections that make human interaction irreplaceable. By the end, you'll see why these traits are more than just a safety net for human relevance. They are the essence of what makes us unique, even as AI becomes astonishingly capable. Let's start with empathy. At first glance, AI seems almost human in its ability to comfort, console, and respond sensitively to emotional situations. You can feed it prompts about grief, heartbreak, or trauma, and it will respond fluently, even eloquently. But what AI produces is pattern recognition masquerading as understanding. It can identify cues, infer context, and deliver the right responses statistically. But it does not feel anything. This is where the theory of mind gap appears. Humans can infer intentions, beliefs, and emotions in ways that are deeply contextual. We pick up on subtle shifts in tone, fleeting facial expressions, micropauses, and even the historical context of someone's life. AI, no matter how sophisticated, can simulate this only superficially. Its responses are derived from probabilities and patterns learned from vast datasets. They are not grounded in lived experience or subjective understanding. Genuine empathy requires inhabiting someone else's perspective, feeling the emotional weight of the situation, and responding from a place of shared experience. AI can mimic the surface, but the interior, what philosophers call the first-person experience, remains out of reach. That gap is exactly what surprises people. After all, when a machine sounds empathetic, it tricks us. The shock is realizing that something can be convincing without being real, and that distinction is uniquely human. Next, consider creativity. AI has made tremendous strides in generating images, composing music, and even drafting scientific hypotheses. It can appear groundbreaking, producing combinations we've never seen before. And yet, AI's creativity is fundamentally different from human creativity. It reshuffles, remixes, and recombines existing patterns to produce outputs that seem new, but it doesn't experience the aha moment that sparks innovation. Human creativity thrives in the cracks of uncertainty and constraint. It emerges from the tension between personal experience, imagination, and failure. Think of the artist who paints through heartbreak, the scientist wrestling with incomplete data, or the writer exploring moral ambiguity. AI does not experience struggle, intuition, or inspiration. Its outputs, no matter how dazzling, lack the subjective process that gives meaning to creative work. Serendipitous connections, the sudden, unpredictable insights that define originality, remain uniquely human. Even when AI produces something that looks new, humans can sense the difference. It's structural, not aesthetic. Novelty versus originality. Simulation versus lived invention. That subtle but fundamental gap is where the surprise lies, especially when AI seems capable of creating art at all. Then there's ethics. If anything, AI appears ideally suited for morality. It can process rules, calculate harm, and optimize outcomes. We've long assumed that moral reasoning could be reduced to algorithms. Follow the rule, maximize the benefit, minimize the harm. And yet, this assumption falls apart when faced with the ambiguity of real-life ethical situations. Ethical judgment isn't just about rules. It's about context, nuance, and accountability. Humans evaluate moral dilemmas not only logically, but emotionally, socially, and historically. We weigh consequences, consider conflicting values, and take responsibility for our choices. AI can simulate this process, presenting reasoned recommendations, but cannot bear moral weight, feel guilt, or undergo ethical reflection. When a human acts ethically, there's a lived experience of responsibility, a personal stake in the outcome. AI lacks this internal dimension. The surprise isn't that machines can't make ethical decisions. It's that they can appear so competent at it, while lacking the very elements that make morality meaningful. Watching AI follow rules flawlessly while still understanding that it can't own those decisions reveals just how irreplaceable human judgment remains. Beyond empathy, creativity, and ethics lies a subtler, almost invisible layer, which is intuitive human connection. This is the ability to read between the lines, perceive unspoken intentions, and navigate social landscapes that are fluid, ambiguous, and context-dependent. Humans intuitively build trust, rapport, and influence through gestures, timing, tone, and microexpressions. AI can mimic these to some degree, but the development of genuine relationships, the kind that are reciprocal, dynamic, and grounded in shared experience, is something it cannot replicate. This intuitive layer is what enables collaboration, mentorship, negotiation, and persuasion in ways that are uniquely human. It is not learned from data alone. It emerges from repeated social interactions, emotional investment, and ethical accountability. Without this layer, AI can provide utility, entertainment, or guidance, but cannot participate fully in human social life. Recognizing this makes us appreciate not only the irreplaceable skills we possess, but also the complex and subtle ways they manifest in daily life. You might be thinking that all of this empathy, creativity, ethical judgment sounds obvious. Philosophers and psychologists have long said these are uniquely human. But here's where the surprise comes in. For most of human history, we expected machines to calculate faster, store more information, and perform repetitive tasks. We did not expect them to write emotionally resonant poetry, generate moving art, or engage in therapy-like conversations. So when AI suddenly appears to do these things convincingly, our intuitive reaction is, maybe nothing is unique to humans after all. The real shock is that AI can convincingly imitate these traits without possessing them. Empathy can be statistical, not experiential. Creativity can look novel without being original. Ethics can follow rules without carrying moral responsibility. That tension between appearance and essence is what makes these traits truly surprising. It's not that humans have qualities AI lacks. It's that those qualities remain deeply relevant precisely because AI can simulate them so well. The more AI advances, the sharper the contrast becomes between mechanical proficiency and human depth. The traits we discuss define a human edge that machines cannot erode. They reveal the areas where our presence is indispensable. Understanding, meaning-making, moral reasoning, and authentic connection. Future-proofing your skills isn't about competing with AI on speed or data storage. It's about cultivating what AI cannot replicate. Empathy, creativity, ethical judgment, and intuitive social intelligence are domains where human distinctiveness will always matter. This isn't a story of human superiority. It's a story of complementary strength. As AI takes on tasks we cannot manage efficiently, humans can focus on the spaces where machines cannot tread. We can collaborate with AI, using it as a tool to enhance our insight, creativity, and decision-making. But the irreplaceable value remains ours. The surprise is that AI didn't eliminate human uniqueness. Instead, it revealed it more clearly than ever before, highlighting the traits that define our role in a world of increasingly capable machines. In the end, the question isn't whether AI will keep getting better. It will. The deeper question is whether we understand what we do differently. Empathy that carries weight, creativity that breaks its own frame, ethics that involve responsibility, and connection that grows through shared experience are not features you can download. They are the human layer beneath all the technology. As AI becomes more impressive, that layer does not disappear. It becomes easier to see. Do these traits feel secure to you? Or do you think AI will eventually cross these lines? If this video changed how you think about human value in an AI-driven world, share your thoughts in the comments. I read them, and conversations like this are important. If you found this useful, give a like, share it with someone who's thinking about the future, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with the next piece soon.